Everyone, had a brisk morning for my scheduled second flight today. It was 14 degrees when I got to the airport with some slight snow flurries, so I didn't think we were going to be able to fly when I got there, but by 9 o'clock when my instructor showed up, he looked at the weather and saw it was clearing, so he said let's pre-flight the airplane and see what it looks like when we get done. When we got done pre-flighting, looked at the weather, and it wasn't good enough to do what we were expecting to do today or scheduled to do with slow flight, but I was at least able to go up and do a stop and go and then a landing, and gave me a little more chance to get started on my journey. So hope you enjoyed the video. I will be posting some more as I go along, and I've got one that I will post fairly soon on what I did to do well and pass my written test with 100% a couple weeks ago. And so keep an eye out for that. So click subscribe if you're interested in following along, and I'll talk to you soon.
Scattered ceiling 2,700. Broken temperature -1.2 Celsius. Dew point -1.4. Altimeter 3030.
Our altimeter is on.
Howell, Livingston County, Spencer J. Hardy Airport. Automated weather observation 1511 Zulu. Weather wind 210 at 5. Visibility 5. Haze 1,700.
All right, so what I usually do is set wind first because that tells you to do altimeters and it doesn't tell you to do wind. So 2105. So we can't adjust the GPS. If I turn this heading knob, it's changing this, right? Course is this guy, but hitting the course doesn't change the course because I can't change GPS, but I can change VOR. So if you hit the CDI button, now you got the green one. Now you're going to turn the course knob, the little one, to which runway we're going to use. So if, well, first hit the setting. So heading is going to be what? 210, right?
Oh,
Heading.
oh, heading.
So
I push this?
Nope, turn it. Turn it to 210. Right, stop. So there's the wind. So looking at this, we decide whether we're going to go 3-1 or 1-3.
Okay, so that's where we're going 1-3 today.
Yep, so now you're going to use the little knob and you're going to turn that, point that at 1-3. And that gives us kind of a visual, one, reference, but two, it double checks because I've seen people go 3-1 and then they dial that and go, oh, it's the other runway. So we're looking to see that is the closest we can get between these two, coming together. Obviously, if they're touching, that's perfect, right? So I got my wind set. Now I need to set my altimeter, which is 3030. So there's 1. Here's 2. 3030. There, and then number 3, we got that one. So that one's already blinking, but if it wasn't, we'd hit Barrow over here, but it's already blinking, so just dial in 3030. There you go. So now you got all 3
The
of them
autopilot and then...
Yep.
Or the MFD, okay. Page.
So we looked at we set our altimeters, so altimeter set, and we cross-checked them. So 950, about 950, they're within 75 feet, they're good. Really, it's not 75 feet with each other, it's 75 feet of reality.
Okay.
So what's our 962?
Okay.
So within 50 feet, we're good to go. So GPS enter waypoint we're not going to do, but status page we need to do. So big knob, turn it till you get to big knob till you get to aux. Now little knob to GPS status. Now you got 2 GPS, so you need at least 5. Really, you only need 3 for position. 4 if you want altitude, 5 if you want rain, which makes it it actually checks itself to make sure it's good. GPS 2, we got two separate GPSs, so we're checking both of those. Now come back to here and check the LRU page. So little knob, now little knob down to system status. Keep going.
Okay.
Now push it. It highlights it. Now scroll down because it goes farther than that page. There you go. They're all in the green. Now you can just hit the clear button for 3 seconds and it'll flip you back to the map. Okay?
Lights as required, so taxi light on.
Yep, and we can turn our strobe on as well. Technically, I don't really need the strobe till like before takeoff, but it's daytime. I usually put it in now.
Okay. Next check.
This is also not a bad way, just like in your car, sometimes you're checking to see how slick it is. It's not a bad way to check and just see, hey, is it slick out? It's actually stopping pretty good in this stuff.
There was.
All right, so then you're gonna let me check my controls. My controls. All right. All right, good brakes. Your controls.
Rolls.
Okay, your controls.
Clear. Going to the left today.
Back to 1,000. All right, burn up checklist. What time do we have? Was it 9 to 11? Wow, we got time for like 1.
Right. Okay.
Autopilot.
Okay.
And what we're checking for is to make sure that we can work through
right.
the autopilot just in case it came on.
Got it.
It should be able to work through it. Now, you're going to disengage it because if you're on final and that thing got engaged, you don't want to be like, wait, what button to push? You want to just have muscle memory pushing this. So if you do this every time in practice, that'll how you turn it off, and that's how you'll think about it.
Throttle up to 1800. Instruments still check. Oil temps on the low side, but
It's warming. It's in the green. It's basically green. It's good.
Okay. Throttle idle check all the way back down.
Now notice that we're not charging anymore because you got too little.
Friction lock.
It's this little wheel. So if it's too loose, you can tighten it a little bit, but it seems to be about right. So you got 2 things to do right here. I usually start off with the non-emergency stuff. So we're going to be taking off on runway 13, and we're just double checking that we're at the right runway. We have a right to left crosswind. We got about 5,000 feet of runway today. We got some snow on the runway. It could be a little slick. We'll have to watch out for that. And we're remaining in the pattern. We'll probably maybe get in two goes around here, and then we'll come back.
And left pattern here too, right?
Yep, always left pattern. Now we get into the emergencies. So if we're on the runway and we have a problem, we're just going to pull the throttle back. Brakes as necessary, pull off the runway. If we have a problem after rotation and we still have runway available, we're going to push the nose down so we don't stall, and we're going to land it back on the runway. If we, after rotation, and we have no usable runway available, we're going to push the nose down so we don't stall. And in this case, on runway 13, we're going to have to make a left turn on M59, and we're going to land with a little bit of a tailwind because you can't go right on M59. So we get what we get with that one. If we get up to about 1,700 feet MSL, then we have let's call it 17. If we hit 1,700 feet MSL and we have a problem, we're going to push the nose over. And if we haven't made our turn yet, we're going to turn to the right. So because the wind's coming from the right, so we're going to push down and right. If we've already started our turn on crosswind, we're just going to continue that turn around, come back around and land in the opposite direction. The winds are so light and it's mostly a crosswind, it should be 0 factor for us today for that.
Got it. Go back to flight controls check. Trim set for takeoff. Yep. Autopilot's off.
Yep.
We did turn this off.
There's nothing in here,
Yep.
then it's off.
Right. Flaps as required. We're no flaps today. Departure brief.
Already done.
Today.
We don't need it. We're not flying in the clouds.
Right.
If there was any type of mist or anything, or if we were doing instruments, we'd want to make sure we have it on. So you can just leave it off.
Ropes are on already. Lights as required.
Now we're going to taxi up and kind of cock out a little bit, looking for that traffic. Now we can't see the yellow line, but that yellow line is always painted directly across, not this one, but the other one. You may not see the stop,
All right.
but you know you always stop a beam of that red sign.
That's right, yeah.
Right? So they always paint that line on the ground next to that anyway.
Here's where I'm going to kick it out, right?
Yep. That's probably good. On this side, you don't have to kick it out so much because which direction of the pattern? This way, right? I can see the whole pattern.
Yep.
If I was down there, I'd want to kick it out a little more because I have to look over my shoulder. All right.
Look, nobody on final.
So I got to make my call.
Livingston County traffic. Skyhawk 2322 Yankee, taking off runway 13, staying in the traffic, Livingston County.
Remaining in the pattern. No, you're good, you're good. Just,
Okay.
okay. Now, I don't hear anybody yelling at me. I don't see anybody. There's nobody. One thing we forgot to do is when it says instruments back in the checklist, you want to roll this guy back out so you can see traffic coming in. All right, I don't see anybody there. I don't see anybody in real life. Nobody's yelling at me. Try not to use the brakes and just kick full nose over. There you go. You don't really have to use the brakes that much in this aircraft because the nose wheel moves, right? If you're trying to do a tight turn, you do. But we're not going to do any tight turns because it's slick. And you see that yellow line start to arc off? Follow that yellow line and we'll line up on the runway. Now, you're going to feel me on the controls throughout this one. Just remember the airplane will not put in input, so if you feel an input, it's me, don't fight me.
Okay.
All right.
Looking for 55 for road.
Check your gauges first. Oil pressure is good, oil temperature is good. Line us up on the runway. Remember we got a crosswind, so we need 2. All the way over. Okay. We're speeding up. A little right pedal as you do it. Little right pedal. All the way. Keep your hand on the throttle. Now start easing that stick out a little bit. We're going to leave just a tiny bit in. We're looking for 55. Keep the nose straight with the pedals. There we go. Now start easing back, easing back. Don't turn the wheel. Remember, we got to keep it into the wind until we're off the deck safely above. Then we can turn it back. All right, now we're climbing out at 74 knots. So just ease. There you go. Sun's kind of brutal.
A lot higher than I would think.
Now, don't keep pulling back. Just set that nose attitude and wait. That's probably good. And then just let it sit there and see what it does. If you just keep pulling until you hit 74, we're going to do that.
Yeah.
Right? All right, we're above 500. We check our flaps are up.
905 Delta Delta.
Yeah.
5 miles to the northwest. Inbound to
We're looking
runway
for 1700.
11.
There we go. Now look
Entering
left.
Turn left.
No, look left.
Look
You're
left.
clear. Now turn left.
Okay.
I'll make the radio calls in the pattern. You just fly the plane. Livingston County traffic, Skyhawk 2322 Yankees, turn left crosswind runway 13, Livingston County. Keep the turn coming, about 20 degrees, angle bank, so nope, come left. Right about there. About hold that. Watch that nose attitude. Now you're already at 2000, so push the nose over. Keep the turn coming, Push the nose over, pull that power. Pull the power. Pull the power. We want about 2100.
Okay.
Push the nose over, we're still climbing. All right, look to the left, start turning. Keep pulling, 2100. Keep that turn, little left pedal. Keep that turn coming. We're still climbing, got to push that nose over. Livingston County traffic, Skyhawk 2322 Yankees, and a left downwind runway 13, Livingston County. All right, now you're speeding up, so pull some power back. There's runway. We're really wide out here, so come back a little closer. And the reason why we're wide is because we're turning too shallow.
Right, got it.
There you go.
Not too fast.
Just pull a little bit more power, about 1900. That'll help slow us down. And then we still need to come down anyway, so we're still kind of slowly working our way down. All right, now this isn't bad, so come back parallel to the runway. Still a little fast, so pull a little more power. There you go. Keep coming to the right. This is good. Now, come. All right. coming up on our
Runway
beam
11.
spot. So pull our
Awesome.
power back to 1600. Pull it back to
Livingston County
1600.
traffic, Cessna 1327 November is holding short 13
flaps
for
10
a right
degrees.
crosswind departure to the south.
Pulling those back a little bit. Now we're looking for 80 knots. Don't turn yet, just keep it coming straight. Watch that airspeed.
Livingston County traffic, Cessna 1327 November is taking runway 13 for a left crosswind departure to the south.
All right, start your turn to the left.
Livingston County traffic, Skyhawk 2322 Yankee, straight left base, runway 13, Livingston County.
Now we want to end up about 75 knots. So this is good. Just hold what you got right here. Keep that turn coming. Keep that turn coming. We need more angle of bank. You're fighting me on the controls a little bit. Okay. Keep coming back to the left. We're taking too long to make these turns. All right, now level out.
Okay.
Level out. We're looking good. Now we're looking for about 70 knots. Next set of flaps. 20. No, down here.
Oh.
Look final. Looks clear. Look final this way. Looks clear. Now start E. This is where we want to start turning early.
Okay.
Now we want 65 knots right here. We're a little high, so put in your last set of flaps. All right, just keep that turn generally coming.
Livingston County traffic, Skyhawk 2322 Yankees, final runway 13, Livingston County.
Livingston County traffic, Cessna
Right, now your
1327
airspeed's getting a
November is
little fast,
upwind
so pull
13
back a little
Livingston.
bit. On the stick, not the power. Power's looking okay for now. Now we're starting to get a little high, so pull just a little tiny power, just a little. Airspeed's looking good. Now every 3 seconds I want you to bounce down. Look at that, pop back out. We're looking good, looking good. Get her lined up.
That's where you say from the
Not yet.
wind.
No, not yet.
Right,
Well,
but that's why I'm turned a little bit right
no, I don't want you to, well,
Okay, I'm not
let the nose cock out where it wants to at this point. Pull a little bit more power. A little more power. Watch that airspeed. We're getting a little fast. Pull some more power. More power, more power, more power. All the way. That's good. Just hold this. Now, we're not even really, come back to the right a little bit, so we stay over the middle. All right, now level off. Pull all your power out.
Livingston County
Now
traffic,
hold it.
Cessna
We're gonna hold
1327
it.
November,
We're gonna hold
beginning
it.
our
We're gonna
left
hold it.
turn
It's
to
settling.
the
Now we're
west
gonna ease
off of
back.
13 Livingston.
Ease back, ease back, ease back, ease back. Now, we're sliding a little bit. It's kind of crazy. All right. Go ahead and put the flaps up. Full power, nice and easy. 1000, 1000. Little right pedal, little right pedal, little right pedal. Little right pedal, 55. Start easing back, easing back, easing back, easing back, easing back. Now 74 knots.
Livingston County traffic, Skyhawk 2322 Yankee, departure leg, runway 13, Livingston County remaining.
All right. Even though we have some crosswind, it almost feels like the aircraft's not acting like we need any. So,
I didn't feel it at all.
so we're just all we really have to do is just focus on that landing part of it, which is actually pretty good.
Alpha traffic,
Unfortunately, this will be our last
Delta,
one.
runway 11, turning final.
Livingston County traffic, Skyhawk 2322 Yankees, left downwind runway 13, full stop Livingston County. Livingston County traffic, Skyhawk 2322 Yankees, turning left base, runway 13, full stop Livingston County. Alright, there you go. Keep your turn coming, 20 degrees all the way. Alright, start rolling out, check final, looks good. We're looking down this way, next set of flaps. There you go, now start easing into that turn, nice and easy. Got a little bit too much power, take just a tiny bit out. Alright, keep coming left. Livingston County traffic, Skyhawk 2322 Yankees, turning final runway 13, full stop Livingston County. Alright, start even, heat, we're getting really fast. This is going to be really exciting if we get too fast, especially with all this, so we need to slow down. So pull some more power, pull the nose back a little bit. Pull all your power. Okay, now ease the stick back just a little bit. We got way too much speed. That would help if we put our flaps down. That's my fault. Alright, 65. Coming down. Airspeed's looking okay. Coming right on our spot. Alright, not bad. The only thing is we didn't get the nose up as high as I want, and that's because we waited just a little bit too long. And that's partly because it's hard to judge this distance, especially with the snow on the ground. And we'll get that sight picture. We just needed to start easing back just a little bit sooner, and we would have got that nose just a little bit. Now, we landed with probably about an inch, that nose wheel, an inch off the ground. I like to get about 6 inches off the ground. I want to solidly nose up as we do it. Is this guy, right? I haven't heard anybody on the radio, and I don't see anybody on the scope. Now keep it at 1,000 because we're discharging our battery when we're below 1,000. There we go. I don't see anybody. I don't hear anybody. I'll make the call. Livingston County traffic, Skyhawk 2322 Yankees, crossing runway 13 on the ground, Livingston County. All right, ready?
Didn't hear anybody. So.
Nobody. Let's get before the plow goes. So